Hello, BookTube. I wanted to show you the latest addition to Project Penguin. One of you sent me 3 penguins that you found, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. The first one was Omu by Herman Melville. This was one of his South Sea adventure stories, the follow-up to Type E, that are a road not taken. This is a road not taken. Melville was writing these things. They were fairly amicably received by critics. They sold fairly well. And he had a million such stories. He could easily have continued doing this. He could have been a slightly brainier, slightly wordier Jack London and just stayed that way for his publishing career. But the whole time that he was writing these things, something else was rising up inside him, some giant mass of a thing, some dark and brooding impatience with the whole idea of writing, and with the whole idea of the typical concept of a novel. So although Omu and Type E are really interesting, really fun to read, I don't have a Penguin Classic of Omu, so I will read the introduction. I might even read a chunk of the book again. The interesting thing for me, for Moby Dick fans, is to try and see elements of that. It's amazing how little there is. When Melville was working in this register as a writer, he was really working in this register. He really wasn't thinking about this thing that was growing inside of him. He was talking about it, hinting at it to people he corresponded with, including Nathaniel Hawthorne. But he didn't know what it was any more than anybody else did. And it doesn't really rear its head in these books. These are very enjoyable. But if you were to give somebody who didn't know Melville, if you were to give them blind just a chapter out of Omu, they'd have a hard time guessing that it was by the author of Moby Dick. So it's wonderful to have this. Then the next one was a cause celeb, a scandal, a rocket across the literary sphere when it came out 150 years ago. This is Thérèse Raquin by Émile Zola, who wrote this when he was a kid. He wrote it when he wrote it in a burst of blue flame intensity when he was like 26. Published it when he was 27. It's the study of a woman who's in a loveless marriage to a cousin of hers, and just assumes that her life will be like that until they both die of old age. And then she embarks on an adulterous affair, and it's amazing. Even now, even after all this time, even after 50 Shades of Grey and Bret Easton Ellis and whatnot, reading the account of that affair in here is just shockingly sensual. It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't think I have ever read this novel in English. But Zola was a kid. He wasn't yet 30 when it came out, and all of a sudden everyone was talking about it. It scandalized society from one end of the continent to the other. And here it is in the Penguin Classic. I don't think I have any Zola in Penguin. So, and it's going to be fascinating to read this again after this much time. I haven't read it in forever, so thank you again. The person who sent these warned me ahead of time, but I'll get to that. And then the next one is also a classic, and it's something I don't have in a Penguin Classic. In fact, I don't think I have it at all. Well, now I do. Now I have just the form I want. It's Candide by Voltaire. Look at that. I now have a neat little version of Candide for the Wall of Penguins. That's great. So I have 3 new penguins. And the way this happened, I feel behooved to mention, is that this person took a photo with her cellular phone of the penguins that were available at her local library book sale, her local used shop, charity shop, whatever. These didn't come from a new bookstore. These were used bookstore penguins. She knows there's somebody out there, me, who wants them very badly. And so she sent me pictures of what she saw and asked if I had them or not. This is actually a very simple procedure that can be done anywhere in the United States. I'm not going to ask any of you who are overseas to mail me Penguin Classics, but if you're in the United States and you regularly go to used bookstores and you're not the Penguin fanatic that I am, and you see a bunch of Penguin Classics, put them all together on the shelf, take out your phone, take a picture, and send it to me. And if I want them, I'll squeal like a happy little pig, and then you can send them to me, and I'll either reimburse you for the shipping cost, or I'll just send you a book in return. That's the way this should all work, right? We're all friends. I would like eyes all over the country to be on bookstore shelves for Penguin Classics, because ideally what I would like, many people have suggested it, and I like the idea, ideally what I would like is to have this whole room be Penguin Classics. Not just that back wall, We did that together. That was the original Project Penguin. I'd actually like this whole room to be Penguin Classics. But I'll need help. Now won't I? Even with access to the Brattle Bookshop, I'll still need help. Send me the pictures of your Penguin Classics. No matter where they are. Far and wide. And I'll discuss. But that's it for... I just wanted to show you that because I'm so happy to add more penguins to that wall. But it also occurs to me that I haven't... There's Frida eating cardboard. How's the baby? Huh? Look at all the people, Frida. Come on. Ooh. Look at them all. What are they doing? I have interrupted her from, yet again, trying to murder this teddy bear. She drags him onto the floor and goes at his vitals. I don't know. Anyway, I'll wrap this up, and I'll see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.